Here to UD Arena for tonight's game between the UC Bearcats and the UD Flyers. I am Michael Purvis, alongside me, my partner Mike Patty here. And Mike, really, between this rivalry right here, we're coming in with two teams that have really two completely different coming into this game. I guess one's trying to turn around, the other one's a little bit hot right now. Let's talk a little bit about the Bearcats right now. They're a very hot team right now, but they're untested.
Well, while Cincinnati is 5-0, they're very untested. They've only played one road game so far. That was at Valparaiso, which they won. But the other games have been at home at US Bank Arena among the likes of Northern Florida and Robert Morris. So this will be a tough test for UC coming in.
Definitely UC's toughest road test as far, just as Mike mentioned. But let's talk a little bit about the Flyers who have come in today. Really, they are a very tested team, playing some very difficult opponents in the Big Ten especially. But now they had a very, very good win on Monday at Wright State. Tell a little bit about that game.
Right, and they're coming off a 91-61 win across town at Wright State at the Nutter Center. And they were powered by Justine Rotterman. She scored 26 big points in that game. And in doing so, she surpassed the 1,000-point mark for her career. So we look for that to continue tonight for Justine. Absolutely,
and as much as the Flyers ride on Justine Rotterman so much, the Bearcats are going to be riding a lot on Chartrice Eulis. And talk a little bit about Chartrice, the senior guard, who really is the heart and soul of this team.
Eulis is the heart and soul of this team. She comes in averaging 14.4 points a game, and she's really the one that gets that offense going. If she's having a good night, the Bearcats could be a dangerous team for the Flyers, so they'll look to shut her down early and often.
Tonight is going to be Military Appreciation Night here at UD Arena. We're looking forward to a fantastic matchup. We're going to take a quick break and we're going to return really quickly, here on DaytonFlyers.com and WUDR. I think we're up.
Heaven help the boy who never had a home. Heaven help the girl who walks the streets alone. And heaven help the roses if the bombs begin to fall. Lord, won't you help us all?
Heaven help the black man if he struggles one more day. Heaven help the white man if he turns his back away. Heaven help the man who kicks the man who has to crawl. Heaven help us all. Heaven help us all. Heaven help us.
Heaven help the boy who won't reach 21. And heaven help the man who gave that child a gun. And heaven help the people with their backs against the wall. Lord, won't you help us all? Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord. I want everybody within the sound of my voice this evening to fall down on your knees and say a prayer, asking for his guidance, his grace, his mercy. You might want to say.
And we welcome you back here to UD Arena. Michael Purvis alongside me, Mike Patty. And National Anthem has been announced, and Mike, we're going to go ahead and do the starting lineups. I'll have you go ahead and do the Cincinnati Bearcats.
Starting at guard for the Cincinnati Bearcats, Chanel Chisholm. She's a 5'11 junior out of Long Island, New York. Also a freshman, or also at guard, a freshman, Kayla Cook, a 5'10", freshman out of South Webster, Ohio. Tiffany Turner stands 6 feet 1 inches tall. She is a freshman as well, starting at forward from Marlton, New Jersey. Sharice Eulis, like we already mentioned, the offensive threat for the Bearcats, will start at guard as well. She's a senior, 5'7", out of Toledo, Ohio. And last but not least, Shelly Bellman, a 5'10" senior out of Ottawa, Ohio.
Thank you very much, Mike. And now with the Dayton Flyers here, they're going to have 3 guards and 2 forwards. First guard is going to be the 5'6" junior guard, number 20, Patrice Layler. Also at forward is going to be the 6-foot senior, number 40, Kristen Daugherty, as well as her sister, also at guard, 6'1", the sophomore, number 44, Carrie Daugherty. The 2 forwards for the Flyers are going to be the junior, number 34, Justine Ratterman. She comes in at 6'1", out of Versailles, and we just mentioned before about her 1,000th career point. And also at forward is going to be the 5'11" redshirt sophomore, number 42, Brittany Wilson. And that'll be the lineup for Jim Jaybird in his 7th season here at UD. He is 2 wins away from being the all-time leading coach, women's coach here at the University of Dayton. And before we get started here, Mike, let me go over three key points here to this game that are going to determine the outcome.
Well, I think there's a couple of things that determine every ball game, but one that's certainly going to affect the outcome tonight is the height factor. Cincinnati only has 2 players which stand 6 feet or taller. UD, on the other hand, has 8 players which are 6 feet or taller, and Casey Nance stands at 6'4", so her presence inside is going to be a big factor of who wins this ball game. Also, the depth. UD has 8 players who average at least 4 points a game. University of Cincinnati tonight only has 8 players available. They have 2 players that are injured and 1 that's ineligible due to a transfer. So depth and conditioning certainly will be an issue, probably more so in the second half. Thirdly, rebounding. Cincinnati is out-rebounding every one of their opponents by an average of 9.6 rebounds per game. And the thing to keep in mind tonight is, can that trend continue?
That's going to be very difficult. I think that is going to be the most interesting one to follow throughout this game. As you mentioned, the 2 of your keys, the height and the rebound, are really going to coexist with each other in this game. You're going to see, one of the biggest things I'm surprised with is seeing Casey Nance on the bench to start the game. Kind of interesting. You would think that with a team that doesn't have a lot of depth and really is a lot smaller, you put one of your taller players in. But the way this lineup is, it looks as if the Flyers are going to want to run. And I'll tell you right now, running has been their key all year. And right now they're leading the A-10 in average points with 86.6 points per game, which is absolutely insane. This team loves to score and loves to score often.
And playing at home in an environment like UD Arena, I think that trend will probably continue. Hopefully for Flyer fans it will. Getting back to your point about Nance, though, while she's not a big offensive threat, just to have that height in the middle is something great for the Flyers.
The table is set, and we are ready to go here. Ball is up, and we are underway. Flyers win the tip. Driving down very quickly, layup put up and in there very quickly by Kristen Daugherty, and Flyers take a 2-0 lead here, 10 seconds in.
I think that's exactly what they wanted to do. You said it early and often. They needed to run, and that's what they did right there off tip-off.
Chisholm's over there on the wing right in front of the Dayton bench. She's going to drive to her left, pass off to the wing this time to Eulis. Eulis is going to drive, get stuck, pass up to the corner, this time to Turner. Turner now to the top of the key to Chisholm. Chisholm's going to drive to her right. Spin move, puts it up, and can't get it to go. Rebound goes to the Flyers, knocked around, but gathered up very nicely by Daugherty. Flyers back in transition.
And Layler comes down, and she's already at the rim, and that's another key. She pushes the ball. That's what makes the offense go.
And Patrice Layler there missed that layup, but you're right, the Flyers like to run, and that was the perfect example right there. Good guard play has been the key for the Flyers now. There's going to be Eulis, the senior. Talked a lot about her at the beginning. See what she's going to do, averaging 14 points. This time she passes it off to Turner. Turner now gets a nice running layup there. 2-2, our score is tied now. 19 minutes still to play.
Great use of the left hand there by Turner, and that's going to be a key, too. If she can finish with both hands, she'll be a tough player to stop.
Layla has the ball right in front of us. Gets a screen. Now she's going to drive to her left once again. Kicks it out on the wing to Daugherty for 3, and she got it. Nice shot by the senior.
Big shot there by the senior, and it's a good way to build confidence, making your first 2 shots of the ball game. 5 early points there for Daugherty.
On the wing now over to Bellman. Bellman passed it cross court to Turner. Turner in the corner now to Eulis. Eulis is going to drive once again, puts up a shot, gets it partially deflected, wanted a foul, didn't get it.
Looked like she was forcing it there a little bit, and it leads to a run out for Dayton.
There's Daugherty once again, wide open layup, she misses it, rebound goes to the Bearcats. Driving the ball across now is going to be Urish, brings her across the timeline, pass it off to the senior Cook. Cook, one of the ESPN top 100 recruits in women's basketball, picks up her dribble now. Layler's got her, she's close to 5 seconds, can't get it. That is knocked out of bounds by the Flyers. Nice job of defense there by Justine Ratterman in front of the Dayton bench.
Great defense by all around there by the Flyers. Layler led the charge right there with great ball pressure.
18 seconds left on the shot clock. Pass goes into Cook. Cook right on the top of the key to Eulis. Eulis over to Chisholm now. Chisholm top again to Uris again. 5 seconds on the shot clock, trying to get something going. Can't find anything. Tipped, gathered up, shot taken by the Bearcats. Can't get it to go. Rebound, gathered up by the Flyers. Looks like going to be a jump ball, and that possession is going to stay with the Bearcats, and they'll get a fresh shot clock on their attacking basket, I guess.
And what happened right there is the Flyers simply didn't box out right there. There were a lot of black jerseys crashing the boards, and that's why they ended up with the rebound, because they had more bodies around than the Flyers. Passing
the ball is going to be Eulis again. Eulis gets a pass into Cook. Cook with a contested layup. She gets it to go. 5-4, 17-45.
And here they go again, pushing the ball all the way up the floor in a hurry.
Layler top of the key. A pass over the far side to Daughtery. Daughtery going to drive. Gets a little bit of a screen from Ratterman. Still driving. Going to put up a layup. Got it to go. Nice layup. Very strong layup there by Daughtery.
And you can tell Daughtery's being very aggressive tonight. Already with 4 shots in the first 2.5 minutes of this game.
So the Bearcats are going to have to find a way to stop her, as the senior is just ready to play tonight. Eulis passes it to Turner. Turner, a little bit of an elbow, but it's going to be called a blocking foul. That blocking foul will go on Brittany Wilson. That'll be her first and the Flyers' first of the half.
And it looked to me like she was in pretty good position right there. I don't know if she was moving or whatnot, but pretty decent position there by Wilson.
Pretty close to an elbow to the face, if you ask me, but we'll go with that. Here's Cook. Cook passes it right to Eulis again, who gets a 2-point shot, excuse me. Yes, it is. Oh, it looks as if there's a argument with the officials. They all can't decide on this one. It's going to be a 3-point basket, so we'll be tied at 7 will be the end result.
First it was called a 3, then it was called a 2, and now it's back to a 3. So Bearcats catch a break right there.
Nice shot there by Eulis in the end. Here's Daughtery on the far wing. Trying to get a screen from Layla, passes across court to her sister. She's going to do a little bit of a drive inside the Ratterman. Back to Daughtery. Daughtery in the lane, going to try to put up and under. Can't get it to go. A lot of contact, no foul called.
And you can see Ratterman calling for the ball right there. We haven't called her name yet, and she's going to probably look to get going on the offensive end as well.
Cook lost the ball, tried to get it off to Turner, but now it's going to be back to Eulis at the top of the key now with 15 seconds on the shot clock.
It seems like most of their offense runs through Eulis.
Almost a steal there by Daughtery. Here's a 3-point shot in the corner, well long. And that is going to be off a Bearcat, and it will be UD basketball following that air ball.
And something interesting there, it looked like the shot clock reset even though it was an air ball. So had Cincinnati gotten that ball back, they would have gotten a fresh shot clock for no good reason.
Very interesting. You see in a man-to-man right here, pass down low, not been able to be handled there by Brittany Wilson. That'll go as back-to-back turnovers, and the Bearcats will now inbound the ball.
I think what Dayton needs to do is get the ball back in Layler's hands once they're on the offensive end. Obviously, she's the most most well-versed of running the offense.
7-7 our score here. 16 minutes and 10 seconds left. Eulis driving the ball, taking the ball over right in front of the Dayton bench. Picks up her dribble, tried to pass it off. This is going to be Turner at the top of the key. Now this is back to Eulis. Eulis going to drive to her left. Going to be a blocking foul called, and that will be on Carrie Daughtery, her first, Dayton's second.
It seems to me right now that some of the Cincinnati players are being a bit hesitant. Not all of them are being aggressive with the basketball and trying to get to Eulis almost on every possession.
15 minutes, 56 seconds remaining here in the first. Dayton and UC tied at 7. We're going to return in just a moment here on DaytonFlyers.com and WDR.
Kung Fu fighting. Come on.
And we welcome you back here to UD Arena. UC and UD tied at 7. for the Flyers. You have Kristen Daugherty has all 7 points for the Flyers. And Michael, so far, what's your initial judgment into this game?
Well, it seems like UD is obviously wanting to get out and run. A lot of transition offense. Daugherty has definitely stepped up. She's been the main scoring threat so far. As you said, all 7 points. She's already put up 4 or 5 shots. But then again, that kind of leaves everybody else on the UD offense kind of in the dark. We need to start seeing a little bit more production from other people like Rotterman.
There right now, Olivia Applewhite checks in for the Flyers. She's the only sub that came in. Ball just barely got in play. Sorry, this is Bijonet Reeves, who also checked in for UC. Driving is Eulis. Eulis passed it off for a 3-point shot there by Kayla Cook, and UC has their first lead of the game off that 3-point shot. Here's Daugherty. Daugherty passes it down low to Applewhite. Applewhite can't get a shot up. Here's Layler. Layler now back over to Daugherty. Daugherty with a 3-point shot, can't get it to go. Rebound goes to her sister. Kristen can't do anything with it. Passes it over to Olivia Applewhite. Layler now has the ball. Back in the Applewhite. She puts up a shot. Got it to go. Nice job there by Olivia Applewhite to stay strong down low.
There it is right there. Second chance points. If you get those offensive rebounds, you give your offense a chance to put more points on the board, and it happened right there for the Flyers.
1-point lead for the Bearcats. This is Eulis bringing the ball across the timeline once again. Senior guard seems to touch the ball almost the whole time. This is Cook on the near wing. Inside to that's Bellman. Bellman now on the far side over to Reeves, Rebound off that 3-point shot goes to the Flyers. This is Layler. Layler's going to try to push it once again for the Flyers.
And there is no quit in this Flyers team. They push the ball every single possession.
Daugherty inside to Applewhite again. Applewhite with a nice running layup. Can't get it to go. Rebound goes to Daugherty again. Daugherty's going to try to dribble out of the pressure. Shot clock did not reset. It's only at 10. This is going to be Daugherty once again on the drive. Pass it to her sister, the senior, on the far side for 3 points, and she got it. 12-10 our score.
10 points in the first 6 minutes for Daugherty. She is certainly off to a hot start tonight.
10 of 12, as you just mentioned, for Kristen Daugherty. Bringing the ball across the court was Reeves. Reeves over to Bellman. Bellman drives towards the bench. Over to Cook. Cook now in the corner to Reeves once again. Reeves now inside. Shot goes up by Turner, and Turner got that one to go. Score tied once again at 12. 14 minutes left. Here's Carrie Daugherty over to the corner to her sister. Inside to Olivia. Olivia Applewhite with a shot blocked by Turner. Nice job there by Turner to get a block there on Olivia. This is going to be Cook this time. Cook over to Reeves. Reeves right in front of the Flyer bench. Drive, spin move into the lane, can't get anything going. Here's a 2-point shot taken by Turner, can't get it to go. Knocked out of bounds, and that was last touch by the Bearcats. Flyers will get the ball.
I think something to note so far is the inside defense, the points in the paint. I mean, it seems like Cincinnati is getting to the rim a lot more than Dayton is. We're shooting a few more outside shots, and it makes you wonder when Nance will get in the ball game.
This is Andrea Lindsay who has the ball now. She just checked in. Her pass didn't get anywhere. Now it's going to be top of the key to Justine Ratterman. Ratterman can't get the 3 to go. Rebound goes to the Bearcats in transition. This is Reeves. Reeves is going to pull back. Nope, now she's going to pass over to Eulis. Eulis right in front of the Flyer bench trying to make a move. She's going to drive to the basket. Partially tipped by Ratterman. Rebound gathered up by Olivia Applewhite. This is Layler now in transition. She passes on the wing to Lindsay. Lindsay for 3, no good. Rebound goes to UC this time, and Cook's going to try to slow things down, and she'll pass it back to Reeves for Reeves to bring the ball across the half-court line.
I don't think they used enough clock right there. It was kind of a rush shot. They could use a few more passes and maybe look inside. And as I say that, who goes to the scorer's table? Casey Nance.
Casey Nance, as well as Kayla Moses will be checking in on the next dead ball. This is going to be Turner. Turner passes it to Cook on a handoff. Cook can't get that one to go. Partially blocked there by Kristen Daugherty. Flyers get the ball again. Layla brings the ball across the timeline. Over to Lindsay right in front of us. Lindsay's going to get a screen. Time over to Kristen. Kristen Daugherty with a shot. Got it to go. Another nice shot by Kristen Daugherty as she has 12 of 14 points for the Flyers. She's already in double figures in points, and we're, 8 minutes into the game?
I'll tell you what, Michael, she's playing with a very high level of confidence right now. She is not afraid to shoot the ball. She's a senior co-captain. She knows what she has to do to make this team go, and she's off to one of the best starts. I just checked. Her career high in points is 31, so she's got a ways to go, but this is a heck of a start here. 12 points in 8 minutes.
That's a fantastic start as Jamel Elliott, the head coach for UC, had to call timeout. I venture to think that timeout is geez, can we get a body on Kristen Daugherty? Like you said, her career high is 31. She's definitely close to getting there. She's on pace to say. Let me just say that.
Well, what you might see from Cincinnati here is maybe a box and one, or something where you have if they're not playing man-to-man, you got to get somebody on Daugherty right now because she's lighting it up. She's hitting almost every shot. She's only missed one shot so far in the ballgame.
I'd venture to say that you'll probably see UC in a zone or some type of press once we come back out, once UD has the ball next, I believe. So let's see here. It looks as if for the Flyers, so your Nance checked in. We mentioned that. Kayla Moses as well as Ellie Queen all are on for the Flyers now. So right now there is Queen, Lindsay, Nance, Moses, and Ratterman. This is going to be Eulis on. Eulis passes it inside to Bellman. Bellman gets a shot off and hit every part of the rim and finally went down. Now we're tied at 14.
That was the shooter's roll right there. Normally you get those in your home gym, but
that's right.
I guess when you travel up 75, you can get them too.
It's close enough to home, I guess. Ellie Queen in the corner, pass deflected, gathered up by Kayla Moses. And Moses now will regroup the Flyers as she has 15 seconds left on the shot clock. This is Nance over in the corner. Moses now to Lindsay. Lindsay, this is going to be inside Ellie Queen. Ellie Queen going to drive. UC is in a zone now, and that zone worked perfectly as the zone collapsed on Ellie Queen, and her pass was deflected and stolen. This is going to be Eulis again. Eulis over to Turner. Turner now to Cook. Cook inside to Eulis. Eulis trying to do some type of post move. Not the tallest player to do it, I believe. This is going to be Turner again. Turner now on a drive. And she passes over to Eulis. Eulis with a three-point shot, and she hits it. 17-14. I'll tell you, that's a great bit of work right there, and you see why Eulis is the leading scorer for the Bearcats.
From what I've seen so far, this does not look like the 15th best team in the Big East. They were projected to finish second to last in the Big East this year, and this is a good ball club that they're playing against tonight, and Dayton needs to realize that.
And don't let their height or their lack of depth fool you. They're leading right now, 17-14 over the Flyers, and we race our second media timeout. We'll return very shortly here on DaytonFlyers.com and WDR Dayton, Ohio.
I've never seen the sky so angry. Star child. You've got to do something about these mind crimes. The shuffling feet and sad expressions, they don't go. They don't go. I thought you came down from heaven to save souls. This angry man not into making bad seeds. The only thing we have been taking, now love needs a little. 5,000 million people just spread joy, spread a little joy. I thought you came.
And to welcome you back here to UD Arena, Michael Purvis and Mike Patty here with you. 17-14 our score here, and I'll tell you what, in favor of UC, and I'll tell you, UC is bringing the fight to the Flyers right now, despite Kristen Daugherty's excellent shooting night so far.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, if the Flyers were without Daugherty tonight, I don't know what would be the deal. Right now, they've turned the ball over 3 times, so ball security is definitely something they're going to need to work on.
Kristen Daugherty has all but 2 points for the Flyers. This is Moses with a shot. Moses can't get it to go. Rebound goes to the Flyers after it was knocked out go to the Bearcats. After Nance couldn't get a hand on it. Across the timeline, this is going to be Bijanet Reeves, one of the most interesting first names I think I've ever pronounced. Where this is Chisholm. Chisholm just checked back inside to Turner. Turner now out to Bellman. Bellman back inside to Turner. Turner working on Nance. Now back outside to Cook. In the corner this time is Turner. Turner, excellent ball movement. There's only 5 seconds left on the shot clock. This is going to be Chisholm. Chisholm's going to have to do something with the ball. She gets a shot up, air ball. 30-second shot clock ran out, but the Flyers had possession. This is going to be Lindsay. Lindsay falling down, but was able to get the ball off. Lindsay outside for 3 at the men's line, can't get it to go. Rebound goes out of bounds, and the ball is going to go to the Bearcats.
Yeah, it was great defense by the Flyers on the other end, but they couldn't turn it into any points. And that's something you're going to need to do. Once you get stops, you got to convert those.
It looks as if Andrea Lindsay didn't know her spot on the court there. She was wide open, but she was about a step away from where she needed to be. Possibly infected that, messed up that shot a little bit. This is going to be Cook. Cook double dribble there. She got 2 hands on the ball there. It's going to be another turnover, and the Flyers are going to get the ball on the inbound as we're having another substitute. This is going to be Brittany Wilson and she subs in for Justine Ratterman.
And I'll tell you what, the combination of Wilson and Nance inside is definitely going to be an issue for the Bearcats. You saw it on the other end. Nance's defense is definitely a big asset for the Flyers.
They've reached halfway, 17-14 our score. Inside to the sub who just checked in, which was Brittany Wilson, and she got that layup as looked as if it was Bellman tried to draw a charge, but to no avail.
That was a strong move there by Wilson. She simply got her on her back shoulder, turned around, and made her layup, and that's what you got to do inside.
This is Chisholm. Chisholm over to Cook. Cook at the top of the key. Now over to Turner, right in front of the Flyers bench. Now this is going to be Bellman. Bellman over to Reeves. Reeves with a nice drive, but she's going to kick it out to Turner. Turner for three, way long. Rebound goes once again to the Flyers. This is going to be Moses, and Moses is fouled, and she is fouled by Kayla Cook once again on another block. That's going to be Cook's second, and the second for the Bearcats as Cook has both of their fouls.
Yeah, I think that was a freshman mistake right there. Once the other team gets the ball, you just got to let them bring it up the court. Foolish reach-in foul right there, and that's two, like you said. So she will probably see the bench sometime very soon. Actually, she's heading to the bench right now, most likely for the rest of the half.
Sharice Eulis, and not necessarily the worst sub to have, I guess you would say, as their senior leader checks back in for the Bearcats. 1 point the deficit for the Flyers. Bringing the ball across the court is going to be Moses. Moses over to Nance. Nance inside. Nice shot put up. Very contested there as that shot from Brittany Wilson was very contested. UC has gotten the ball back. This is going to be Eulis. Eulis past the top of the key. Now over to Reeves. Reeves now going to drive to her left. A nice, very powerful move. Picks up her dribble. Now this is over to Bellman. Bellman with a drive. And a miscommunication there as she just passed that one right into the Flyers bench. She was looking for Janice Randolph, who also just checked in that last timeout. Well, it looks as if Randolph was thinking about something else.
And that was just a simple miscommunication right there. She passed the ball before looking, came around that screen, and ended up with it being a turnover.
Moses this time now at the top of the key over to Wilson. Moses has the ball once again to Wilson. Wilson inside to Nance. Nance with a shot, but can't get that one to go. Really strong off the backboard.
I think if she goes on the opposite block instead, maybe she would have a bit more success using the right hand.
This is going to be Eulis again. Eulis passes it over. There's a three-point shot taken. That is no good. Rebound goes to Nance as that shot from Bellman was no good. This is going to be Moses bringing the ball across again. She's pressuring, puts up a running layup, and she is fouled on a block. Looks like that foul is going to be on Bellman. That'll be her first and the Bearcats' third.
She was a bit out of control right there. I think she got bailed out with that call because it was a wild shot on the run. So while she did get to the line, you can afford to waste a few more seconds off that clock and get a better shot than that.
First free throws of the night here as Kayla Moses will be taking both of them. Looking to tie and possibly take the lead as we are at 8 minutes and 13 seconds left in the first. The first shot is up, and it is good. We're tied at 17.
I think free throw shooting is also going to be a big key to this game. Anytime games are close, it's going to come down to the wire, and you need your free throws to go in the hoop.
It's something we'll definitely talk closer to the end of this game. This series is tied at 23 all, and you understand why, because these two teams play each other very close, as that second one was down and good. Now the Flyers are taking a 1 point lead at 18-17. This is going to be Eulis again bringing the ball across the court. Eulis now over to Bellman. Bellman inside to Turner. I'm sorry, that's not Turner. That is going to be Randolph. Randolph looks as if that one was partially blocked, but it's going to be a foul call, and that foul is going to be on Nance. That'll be Casey's first and her in the team's third. And we have reached our under 8 media timeout. Flyers just take the lead at 18-17 with 7:56 left. Right back here on DaytonFlyers.com and WDR.
All the windows swear to miss you, and the doors are so blocked tight. Sweet sedation, sweep the issues, and the clock's about to
18-17 our score here at UD Arena. Michael Purvis, Mike Patty here with you. And Mike, we were talking during the break there about two different offensive philosophies, as really the Flyers have been trying to rush shots and UC has really been trying to kind of take their time, really. It's kind of two different interesting philosophies being played out right now.
Well, we talked earlier, Dayton's the highest scoring team in the Atlantic 10 at 86 points a game. Cincinnati has been using most, if not all, of the shot clock every time down, and I think that's probably an attempt to slow this Flyers offense down.
Brings you to mind of trying to find a way to control it any way you can. It makes you think of the when Reggie Bush went to Notre Dame a while ago, how they let the grass grow as tall as they could. You think that maybe this is UC's attempt at that, as they're trying to control the clock as best they can. First shot by Randolph, almost missed everything. She's going to have a second attempt here.
Interesting here by the Flyers. They sent two players out into the backcourt out of the timeout. I think they were trying to trick them maybe a little bit and get an easy basket on the other end.
Second shot from Randolph is up, and it is a lot better. It is good, actually. 18-18, 7:55. This is going to be Moses bringing the ball across the court for the Flyers. Clark once again looking to pressure very, very fast again. This is going to be inside to Kristen Daugherty. Kristen, nice move. She gets that layup, can't get it to go. Rebound goes over on the far side to Brittany Wilson, and Brittany Wilson puts it away, 20-18.
Once again, you can't underestimate the importance of rebounding, especially offensive rebounds. If you can get second and third looks, you're going to be very successful.
Eulis brings the ball across the timeline again for the Bearcats. Drives to her left, still can't find anything. Tempo's picked up a little bit for the Bearcats now. This is Reeves. Reeves driving, going to pass, try to kick it out to the corner. Nice pass away to get in the passing lane. Eulis again has the ball. She almost carried that. I was surprised by there was no travel or anything called, but regardless, she loses the ball out of bounds. Flyers get the ball. Two subs coming in for the Flyers, Ellie Queen and Carrie Daugherty.
Again there, that shot was put up with 6 seconds on the shot clock. They're trying to grind this clock down and waste as much time as possible, and that's why they're so close in this ball game, only trailing by 2.
Half-court trap on, looks like the three-quarters press here, I believe, is what it's going to be for the Bearcats. Flyers break it regardless. Ellie Queen, the sub, just came on. Back over to Moses. Back to Queen. Moses again has the ball on the wing. Gets a screen from Wilson. Now over to Daugherty, just checked in as well. Daugherty going to drive to her right. Tries to pass it inside of Williams, but it gets knocked. Wilson, excuse me, but it gets knocked away, and the Bearcats have the ball again on another Flyer turnover. And you see, this is now it looks as if the Bearcats are going to try to take as much time as they can, even bringing the ball across the timeline. Eulis very slowly walking the ball still. Drives to her left, now back at the top to Chisholm. Chisholm over there to Randolph. Not trying to find anything. Now she's going to pass it to Chisholm again. Top of the key, drives, can't find anything. This is Reeves. Reeves inside the Chisholm. Chisholm can't get the shot to go. Rebound, Casey Nance. Flyers now in transition. This is Moses again. Moses now, she's going to drive, kick it out to Daugherty. No shot there. Almost a double dribble there. This is Ellie Queen on the wing. Queen's going to drive, shot up, fouled. And she's going to be at the line shooting 2 there as a host of Bearcats were over there. And that is going to be on Chanel Chisholm. It's her first and the team's 4th.
And Michael, correct me if I'm wrong here, but in women's basketball, there is no 10-second violation for being in the backcourt.
You know what? I think you're right. I actually, now I mentioned that, I can't remember. Yes, I believe you're right. I don't think there is a violation because they took 5 seconds off the shot clock. I believe you're right.
So teams can spend as much time as they want in the backcourt. They can spend up 29 seconds as long as they get it across.
I noticed that because one of the refs in front of us was not counting like he should have been.
Right,
so I would say that you're right. I was a mistake. Thank you for that correction right there. As Ellie Queen's first free throw is up and good. Flyers now have a 3-point lead, looking to extend it to 4 here. Second shot from Queen is up, no good, back iron. Rebound goes to the Bearcats, and this is going to be Reeves bringing it across again. Reeves now over to Bellman. Bellman going to drive to her right, being guarded by Ratterman. Now this is over to Turner. Turner out to Eulis again. Eulis top of the key, she's going to drive to her right, kick out, knock away there, but not able to gather up there, or not able to gather up by Patrice Layler. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. I don't know if the Bearcats know. They're taking a lot of time. Going to pass in the corner there to Chisholm. And Chisholm gets caught for an offensive foul. That was a very tough call there, but it was almost bailed out there, in my opinion, by Layler. As Layler almost was called for a block. I thought it was close. There was only 1 second left on the shot clock when that foul was called.
I'll tell you what, that was great defense. I think the Flyers did catch a break there that Layler didn't get called for a blocking foul, but either way, great defensive possession for the Flyers.
I don't know if I'm Patrice Layler, I don't know if I put myself in that situation where I can get a foul call with 1 second on the shot clock. Here's Nance in the corner. Nance inside. Now kick out to Ellie Queen for three, no good. Tipped around, gathered up by the Bearcats, and Kayla Cook. Cook over to Eulis, and Eulis will bring the ball across timeline.
I'll tell you what, though, I like that possession by the Flyers. I like the triangle offense that they have going on, sending someone to the middle and then outletting to the three-point area.
That's really been one of their key things this whole season is finding the shooters. And it looks like there's going to be a foul down low. It will be on Ellie Queen. Her first, team's fourth. Olivia Applewhite will check in for Dayton as she's checking in for Kayla Nance. Or Casey Nance, excuse me.
Good minutes by Nance, I'd say. Even though she doesn't really fill up the stat sheet in terms of points, she definitely has a presence inside, and she makes her presence known.
We've reached 5 minutes left here in the first. 3 points is the lead for the Flyers, 21-18. Over this is Reeves. Reeves is going to drive to her right. Nice spin move into the lane. Almost traveled, and that is going to be knocked out of bounds by Reeves. And the Flyers are going to get the ball with 4:53 left in their 3-point lead. This is going to be Ratterman right here on the wing as once again they're pushing. Over to Applewhite, who just checked in. Out to Layler again. Layler calling for somebody to move. This is Applewhite in the corner. You see the triangle offense once again. Layler right in front of us. Swings it over to Queen. Queen now over to Daughtery. Daughtery going to drive to the lane. Tries to get something going. Tries to go up with a shot. She's double dribble, I believe, or is going to be 3-second call. Excuse me. Yes, 3 second. As could have gone a couple different ways, but 3 seconds is the call. Turnover by the Flyers.
I'm not even sure 3 seconds is the right call there because I believe the ball changed possessions. When a Cincinnati player touches the ball, the 3 seconds should reset.
That's what I thought. If not, it could have been a jump ball as well as a hand was touched on. UC hand was on the ball, but regardless, it goes as a turnover. This is going to be Bellman. Bellman over to Cook. Cook being guarded by Layler. Drives to her right. The freshman passes it off to the senior Eulis. Eulis on the wing. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Gets a shot right at the free throw line. Got it to go. Nice shot there from Eulis. 1 point is the lead now, 21-20.
She showed tremendous confidence there on that. She came around the screen right at the elbow and put it up and in.
Inside to Applewhite. Outside this time to Queen. Can't get it to go. Rebound will be knocked out of bounds. And it looks like it will go to the Flyers. And we have reached our under 4 media timeout. 3 minutes, 46 seconds left on the clock here in the first half. Flyers lead by a slim margin of 1, 21-20. We'll be right back on WUDR and DaytonFlyers.com.
I went down to the crossroads, fell down on my knees. I went down to the crossroads, fell down on my knees. Asked the Lord for mercy, so help me if you please. I went down to the crossroads, tried to flag it right. I went down to the crossroads, tried to flag it right. No one seemed to know me, everybody passed me by.
And we welcome you back here to UD Arena as the Dayton Flyers and the UC Bearcats are in a very interesting contest right here, 21-20. Michael Purvis and Mike Patty here for you. And tell you what, the quick start by Kristen Daughtery really has been cooled off as she has not scored in the last 10 minutes.
And I'll tell you what, though, this game has been very evenly matched so far. Both teams shooting 38% from the field, not much points off the bench, and not the same amount of turnovers.
3-point shot taken by Samantha McKay, who just checked in, was no good. But also an interesting thing to say who's been off the score sheet is Justine Ratterman, has not scored at all. This is Eulis driving to her right. She's going to put up a shot just from the free throw line. No good. Rebound kicked around by about 3 Flyers and finally gathered up by Olivia Applewhite. This is going to be McKay once again bringing the ball across. Kick out to Daughtery. Daughtery steps back. 3-point shot. It's good. She doesn't miss those.
Great shot there by Daughtery as she saw her sister racking up all the points in the first half, and she had to get a few for her own right there, and a lot of confidence out of Daughtery.
The lead is now 4, 24-20 Flyers. Top of the key to Bellman. Bellman now over to Cook. Cook's going to drive to her right. She's going to get a shot off. Nice shot, as that was almost a foul call on Ellie Queen, but a nice drive there by Kayla Cook.
Very aggressive going towards the basket right there.
See why she was one of the most highly recruited guards in the country as the Flyers turn that ball over on a bad pass from Samantha McKay into Olivia Applewhite. And the Bearcats will now have an opportunity to tie or take the lead with just under 3 minutes left here of the first.
Interesting to see McKay get in the ball game here with Layla on the bench as well as Kayla Moses.
Like I said, an interesting sub, but I will not question Jim Jaber. There's going to be a three-point shot taken, no good, as that one was taken by Bellman, gathered up by the Flyers, as McKay will bring the ball across the court once again. In the corner to Daughtery, back to McKay. Inside this time to Rademan. Rademan gets the ball knocked away. She's going to put up a shot, no good. And there's going to be a foul called, as looks like it was going to be a one ref signal jump ball, but it's going to be a foul. And a foul will go on Olivia Applewhite, her first and the team's fifth of the half.
You know, and Applewhite's given the Flyers some good minutes as well. On that last trip down the court, it was her who started it because of a great box out. She wound up with the rebound, and that's how the offense gets going. 2
points once again is the lead, 24-20. Just Turner over right in front of the bench, over to Bellman again. Bellman at the top of the key, passes over to Eulis. Eulis trying to find something. So far can't find anything. She's going to take it to the center. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. She's going to try to find a pass. She passes it. Nice job by Ellie Queen to break it up. And the ball's on the ground, and it looks as if Olivia Applewhite will come up with it, and a nice, very smart timeout taken by the Flyers as Olivia Applewhite was surrounded on the ground by black jerseys.
The Flyers were lucky to get the timeout there, as it looked like the ball was tied up, but anytime you can get a turnover like that and get the ball back, we will take it.
And it looked as if, to me, when I first saw it, as that Tiffany Turner fell on the ball, and then you see him kind of roll, and sure enough, Olivia Applewhite comes up with it, and a nice timeout taken by the bench. I might add that as a very heads-up play there noticed by Coach Jaber of the Flyers, and I believe that is going to be the Flyers. Both teams have 4 timeouts remaining. UC has 1 full and 3:30s. UD 1 full and 3:30s as well. 1:48 is going to be left on the clock, and that is your reset. Possession arrow is in favor of the Flyers.
And you see Kara Doherty out on the court, but you don't see Kristen. And she had that hot start, but now she finds herself on the bench, and maybe the Flyers look to her for an offensive spark.
She has no fouls. Not like she needed. Nice move by Ellie Queen, completely breaking the zone there by the Bearcats and getting a very easy layup, 26-22. Nice job by Ellie Queen. This is Eulis. Eulis over to Cook again. Cook on the wing, inside to Eulis. Eulis trying to get something post going. She can't get anything. That ball was tipped out there by Daughtery. 16 seconds will be on the shot clock for the Bearcats.
You can tell the height of Daugherty right there affected Eulis. Eulis comes in only about, I think she stands 5'7", so she's going to have trouble inside.
Well, that foul is going to be called on Ellie Queen, although I'm not exactly sure I agree with that. As Ellie Queen looks like she went up straight up against Cook, but the foul was called. That is going to be the 6th team foul, the second on Ellie Queen. UC will be in the bonus the rest of the way if there's another foul. This is going to be Cook again. Cook over to Eulis in front of the Flyer bench. Trying to find anything down low, using every second of the shot clock. As we mentioned, 20 seconds are left. This is going to be Bellman. Bellman's trapped. She has nothing. Out to Turner. Turner over to Cook. Cook being guarded by Olivia Applewhite. She's going to drive to her right. Now over to Turner. Now over to Eulis. Bearcats a really good ball movement. Have not turned the ball over too much. 2 seconds are going to be on the shot clock as I just now noticed it. And that'll be as the turnover. Justine Raderman gathered up the loose ball. Here's McKay. McKay looking to do something with it. She's going to try to get a layup. Can't get it to go, but there's going to be an offensive foul called. So even if it would have went, wouldn't have made a difference there. And that'll be McKay's first and the 7th. They will not shoot because it was player control.
And you see right there, that's a case of the Flyers. They need to just slow down. McKay We love the confidence from McKay, but there's times where you need to go to the basket, and there's times where you need to pull it out. 30 seconds left to go in the first half is not the time to be attacking the basket.
That's absolutely right, especially with the lead that they have. It's only 4 points. Shot taken up. Very nice job there by Chanel Chisholm, as she was able to get that layup. And now there's a bad pass, and looks as if that ball was knocked out of bounds. It's right in front of us. We almost had a couple players run into our laps. So, yeah, we'll get it. Yeah. We're talking to the refs right in front of us.
There's some action besides basketball going on tonight here at UD Arena.
We'll take it. We'll let it go here. 20 seconds are on the clock. Justine Ratterman gets the ball. She's going to drive. She's going to put up a shot. Got it to go. Her first points of the night, finally, for Justine Ratterman, as she is on the court, as on the board. 4 points is the lead now, 28-24. 5 seconds left. Shot taken up by Euless. Bad shot. Goes out of bounds. Thrown off, as I don't know why Justine Ratterman saved that. And the time will run out of the first half, as a mistake there by Justine Ratterman almost turned into 2 points. And now we will stand up here and take a look at the people behind us here. And Mike, really with this score right here, 28-24, what really has been the one thing that has stood out for you here in the first half?
Well, I think Cincinnati has to consider the first half a win, only being down 4 and holding this Flyers offense to 24 points. You have to think they're happy with their performance so far, holding an offense that normally scores 86 points to way under their normal production.
Yeah, Kristen Daugherty, she had a very quick 12 points. I'm trying to remember, 12 points. And so far has gone ice cold in the first half. She's going to look to come back out and hopefully continue this lead for the Flyers. They're up 28-24. We'll be back in about 15 minutes with the second half of action here on DaytonFlyers.com and WUDR.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to please stand as the University of Dayton Army.
Talked about the offensive strategy coming into this. UC is very slow-paced, Dayton very fast-paced. Do you see any change to that, or what are the teams going to adjust to possibly go along with the way that this has been going so far?
No, I think Cincinnati's not going to change a thing. I think they like the way this ball game is going. They held Dayton to 28 points, like you said. If they can do that again in the second half, they got to like their chances to win this game. So Dayton needs to keep the tempo up.
Dayton will get inbound the ball to start off the second half here. This is going to be Patrice Layler. Layler over to Daughtery. Daughtery over to her sister. Now she's going to put up a shot. Doesn't get it to go. Rebound going to go to the Flyers there. Daughtery to Daughtery again. This is going to be Carrie. Carrie being the younger sister of the two. She gets a screen. She's going to put up a shot, and she buries it. Nice shot from Carrie Daughtery.
Right there, second chance points. Dayton led in second chance points 7-2 in the first half, and building on that number here on their first possession of the second half.
6 points is our lead. This is going to be Turner. Turner with a shot blocked. Nice job there by Justine Ratterman as she used her height advantage to get that block. Barely even had the jump, as a matter of fact. It's going to be inside to Wilson. Brittany Wilson with an easy layup. Very quick 4 points for the Flyers.
And yeah, you see the offense right here for the Flyers. Another hot start to a half. Let's see if they can keep this tempo up and keep the scoring production up as well.
Flyers have the biggest lead of the game for both teams at 8 points right now. This is going to be Cook. Cook on a drive spin move. Now she's going to kick it out to Bellman. Bellman with a shot. Doesn't get it to go far. Backside rebound is going to be fought for and finally gathered up by Kristen Daughtery, and the Flyers have the ball again.
Right there, height and rebounding. Daughtery got that board because she was simply taller.
And there's going to be a foul called on. It's going to be Charisse Eulis. That'll be her first and UC's first, as she was just a little too aggressive in trying to steal that ball from Carrie Daughtery. Pass in goes to Carrie Daughtery. Carry over to Patrice Layler, driving to her right into the corner. Now over to Kristen. Kristen with a nice pump fake. She's going to drive, pass it back out to Layler. Layler inside to Wilson. Wilson's shot was partially deflected and gathered up by the Bearcats, and now controlled by Eulis.
You don't see Layler looking for her shot very much. She had a wide open three, but opted to push the ball inside to Wilson.
She's opting for patience, something the rest of the Flyers team hasn't really done a whole lot of. Right in front of us is going to be Chisholm. Chisholm being guarded by Kristen Daughtery. Switches hands on the dribble, drives to the lane. Foul called. It's going to be on Kristen Daughtery, her first. And that'll be the Flyers' first, as she was not able to move her feet quick enough and get in front and stop the ball.
Fouls weren't too much of a factor in the first half. Dayton did get into the UC got into the bonus, I should say, but they weren't able to take advantage of it. Hopefully Dayton will keep that trend going in the second half.
Here's the junior Chanel Chisholm. Her first free throw is up and no good. Score remains the same, 32-24.
Only 6 free throw attempts by both teams combined in the first half, so not a lot of fouls called in the first half by this officiating crew.
Both shots no good, but a rebound gathered up by the Bearcats as Bellman was able to get that far rebound. And now both the Daughtery sisters come back running from half court. Over there in the corner is going to be Cook, and Cook was fouled, and she is going to be fouled by Brittany Wilson. That's Wilson's second, and the team's second. And now underneath the basket with a fresh shot clock, the Bearcats will inbound the ball. Inside, it's knocked away there by Justine Ratterman, gathered up by the Flyers, knocked out. This is Patrice Layler on the drive. She's going to put the shot up and gets the layup to go. Nice job of outlet passing by the Dayton Flyers.
That was a great job of using her body to shield the ball, because she was able to go up and under right there and get the layup to go.
Yolis going to drive to her left. Can't find anything now right in front of us to Bellman, Bellman on top of the key to Turner. Now into the corner to Cook. Once again, Bearcats trying to move the ball with as little dribbling as possible as Cook drives to the basket. Now she passes off to Chisholm. Chisholm now passes it out to, that's going to be Turner, but Turner traveled before she was able to get that ball on the ground. Another turnover by the Bearcats.
Something that must be preached in the in UC's practices is the ball fake, the shot fake, I should say. You see almost everybody using that shot fake, and Dayton's fallen for it a few times, and they've been able to get open looks from those.
Now this is the biggest lead of the game here. 10 points for the Flyers with 17 minutes and 20 seconds left. Here's Kristen Daughtery for 3. Front iron, no good. Rebound is going to go as a foul, as that foul is going to be on Carrie Daughtery. She came in a little too hot there. Knocked over 2 Bearcats as she scrumped for that ball. A little bit of a football play, if you might.
And that's a tough call there on Daugherty. She's hustling. She's going for the rebound just like everybody else, but obviously the officials saw that she was a bit too aggressive right there.
A little bit lower the shoulder a little bit. That's Daugherty's second, team's third. Eulis has the ball. She's going to get double teamed, and wow, she just kept moving back. I don't know why she kept doing that. Now the ball is now down low, but it's going to be kicked out right in front of the bench to the sub who just came on, which is Reeves. Reeves now has the ball once again on the wing. It's going to be double dribble. She put 2 hands on the ball there. She tried to change hands.
And you don't really see those calls too often, but right there was an obvious one right there. Dribbled once, picked it up with both hands, and tried to go again. And you're going to get that call every single time.
Patrice Layla brings the ball across the timeline, driving to her left. Now she's going to drive back to her right, getting screens from all the time. That the three-point shot is taken up and no good. Knocked out by the Bearcats and Queen, and now the Flyers are going to get a fresh shot clock and the ball underneath their own basket.
Flyers catch a break right there. Good shot, open shot there by Layler. You haven't seen her be too aggressive on the offensive end so far, which is interesting coming from a player who averages 10.5 points a game.
An inbound pass went to the top of the key, then right back into Brittany Wilson, but Wilson was fouled as she put up the layup but couldn't get it to go. That foul is on Shelly Bellman. That'll be her second, and the second foul for the Bearcats on the half. And Brittany Wilson will be at the line shooting 2.
With the exception of those first 8 minutes by Doherty, I'd say Wilson's been the most aggressive player on the court tonight. She's been doing great work underneath, clearing out space, and she's been able to get to the free throw line a few times here now.
First shot hits every part of the rim and goes down and good. 35-24 as 2 subs are coming in. I'm sorry, 1 sub will be waiting for the Flyers. It's as Denise Randolph. We'll see her first action here in the second half. Waiting to come in will be Casey Nance, excuse me. How many times can I say her first name? Here's the second shot for Wilson. It is up and good. She makes them both, and she'll be subbed out. Very nice job. Once again, the largest lead is extended again. This time 12 points, 36-24, 16 minutes and 42 seconds left here in the second.
And you've seen UD's offense kind of pick up already in the second half. A lot of points here before this first media timeout, and that's how the Flyers like to play.
Cook has the ball right in front of us. She drives it, and it's going to be a traveling call, as that is another turnover by the Bearcats. And I'm not crazy. I believe that's at least 3 in a row, 3 possessions in a row, if I'm not crazy.
And Flyers would have actually rather the travel not be called right there, because Layler was waiting for that pass. She wound up with the ball in her arms. That was a transition opportunity taken away from the Flyers.
Yeah, but Patrice Layler is very lucky as she got caught in the half-court trap. Almost lost her dribble a couple times. Here's Casey Nance with the ball down low. Gets the shot up. No good. And rebound once again knocked around, and it will be Flyers ball underneath, as Patrice Layler probably should have got that one off, but a very good job of defense by Janice Randolph to get a hand on her face.
Dangerous pass inside there by the Flyers, but they do luck out, and they will get a second chance here.
There's Kristen Daugherty on the pass from her sister, and she got it to go. A nice layup there. And I'll tell you what, Kristen Daugherty has really liked that running layup, and there is another timeout as she's gotten her 14th point of the night. The Flyers now once again have their largest lead of the game. I'll say it again, this time it's 14 points at 38-24 with 16 minutes and 3 seconds. We're going to stay with you here before we go to the immediate timeout. We'll stay with you here. But Mike, another nice job there by Kristen Daugherty. No matter what defense the Bearcats have thrown at the Flyers, they haven't been able to answer yet.
And what I really liked about that play is she was able to finish with her left hand. So many players are one-dimensional these days, especially at this level. They can only finish with one hand. You like to see Daugherty right there go up with strong with that left hand and be able to finish.
Absolutely, and right, you see how versatile she is, and why she is not only just one of the captains and one of the leaders of this team, but I mean why she means so much to this team besides just her titles, I guess.
She's very versatile. You can call her a slasher. You can call her an outside threat. She kind of brings it all to the table. You've seen her cut to the basket a few times and get some easy layups. You saw the first play of the game, 5 seconds into the ball game, she's already at the rim. And then later on, she's shooting from the outside as well and knocking shots down. So a very versatile player, and you can't say enough about Daugherty in this ball game tonight.
Doing very good. Definitely making the most out of her senior year right now, as she is definitely proving her worth on this team. But really, as much as we talk about Kristen Daugherty, we still don't talk a whole lot about Justine Ratterman. Justine Ratterman only has 2 points on the night and has so far nothing here in the first half or the second half. I believe she only has 1 bucket on the night and possibly even 1 shot. As we check our stat monitor, you can check me on that one.
She has 3 shot attempts tonight, but that's a little bit under the norm for her. Obviously, coming off a 26-point ball game, you're not going to get 26 every night. But she comes in averaging 19 points a game. You would figure that by this point she'd be close to halfway there, if not there. But I mean, the Flyers are finding other people to score the basketball, and Daugherty is the #1 option right now.
So you're right. The Flyers have definitely not found a problem finding offense. Right in front of us is going to be Sharice Eulis. Eulis passes it over to Bellman. Bellman over to Chisholm. Chisholm on the wing now into the corner to Cook. Cook inside to Turner. Turner with a layup, and she got fouled by Nance. Has really beaten Nance up relatively easily, and Nance, as she will have a chance at the old-fashioned three-point play, but not before we take our first media timeout. 15:45 left here in the second. Flyers up 38-26. We'll be right back on DaytonFlyers.com and WDR.
Please don't stop the music. 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 It's getting late. I'm making my way over to my favorite place. I gotta get my body moving, shake the stress away. I wasn't looking for nobody when you look my way. Possible candidate, yeah. Who knew that you'd be up in here looking like you do? You make us staying over here impossible. Baby, I'ma say your aura is incredible. If you don't have to go, don't. Do you know what you started? I just came here to party, but now we're rocking.
And we welcome you back here to UD Arena. Flyers leading the Bearcats 38-26. Michael Purvis and Michael Patty here for you. And Mike, real quick, let's talk before we get back to play here. What has impressed you here in the early goings of the second half?
I mean, the obvious choice is Kristen Doherty. The senior's really stepped up. She has 14 big points, and she's been able to stay on the floor, staying out of foul trouble. And, I mean, what's impressed me the most about the Flyers team is you don't have to rely on Roderman every night. You can find other people to score the basketball.
That free throw is up and good by Tiffany Turner. She converts on the three-point play. The lead is now 11 for the Flyers. This is going to be Patrice Layler. She just checks back in. Has the ball right in front of the Flyer bench. Now she's going to pass it over to Justine Ratterman on the far side wing, on the near side wing. And Layler has the ball once again. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Back to Ratterman. Ratterman inside to Applewhite. Applewhite with the shot. Gets it blocked. No foul. A lot of contact. And Olivia's going to get Olivia Applewhite will get a foul called on her. That'll be her second. And you can see the frustration on her. Right after she lost that ball, she knew she shouldn't have taken that shot.
And, you know, she's doing good work down there. She's clearing out space. She's getting great position. She just hasn't been able to finish. She hasn't been able to turn around and maybe put a hook shot up or something like that. She's just been bogged down once she gets the ball.
Applewhite's second foul, 5 total for the Flyers here in the second half. Very quickly have gotten 5. They only had 5 all of the last half. This is going to be on the far side is Chisholm. Chisholm right in front of us to Eulis. Eulis is going to drive into the lane, gets a layup, can't get it to go. And the rebound is knocked out of bounds there by Turner, and the Flyers will get the ball.
Good defense there by the Flyers, and they kind of caught a break themselves, as normally you'll see a Eulis hit that shot.
11 points, and once again is our lead. 14 minutes, just inside 15 minutes, excuse me, as we're at 14:50. Kristen Daugherty has the ball on the wing. Flyers kind of taking their time now. This is going to be Carey with a shot. Hits every part of the rim again, and no good. Rebound goes to the Bearcats, and this is Eulis bringing the ball across the timeline. Eulis once again with that slow pace that the Bearcats have been using all game. Cook right in front of us. Cook's going to drive to the lane. Gets a shot off, but she got an offensive foul. Definitely out of control. Nice job there by Kristen Daugherty to get in position for that block. Great defense by the Flyers.
And I'll tell you what, Kristen was standing there waiting for her to come. Great job of staying in there, hanging in, taking the hit, and ultimately getting the ball back for her team.
Third foul for Kayla Cook, likewise for the Bearcats here in the second half.
And how does Jaber reward her with a seat on the bench?
A seat on the bench. That's how you like it. Keep them honest. This is Lindsay who just checked in, and Lindsay gets fouled as she tried a very dandy reverse layup, but that foul will be on Chanel Chisholm. Her third as well. That'll be the fourth this time for the Bearcats, and at the line shooting the 2 will be Andrea Lindsay.
And I'll tell you another thing that's impressed me about this Flyers team. You go through the positions 1 through 5, and they can go about 2 or 3 deep without missing a step, and that's a really nice asset to have for your basketball team.
First shot for Lindsay, up and good. Subbing in for the Flyers will be the redshirt junior, number 11, Ellie Queen. Also subbing in for the Bearcats is going to be Bijanet Reeves. Still can't get over that name. I love that name. Go ahead.
Because, Michael, you take a look right here at Andrea Lindsay. She has a tremendous amount of confidence. She went straight to the basket right after checking in. and it seems like she can play on the court at the same time as Layla. So a good backcourt situation right now for the Flyers.
Lindsay's second shot up and good. 40-27. Our score, 13 points, is the lead. Right in front of us, to Reeves, but there's going to be an off-ball foul called. And it looks as if it will be on Lindsay. That'll be Andrea Lindsay's first foul and the 6th team foul. So surprisingly enough, Bearcats will be shooting the rest of the way if there are any more fouls called. Inside, knocked away. Nice job by Ellie Quinn on the inbound pass. And transition, this is Lindsay. Lindsay with the layup. Can't get it to go. Rebound, knocked around, finally gathered up by the Bearcats. And Eulis, outlet pass to Reeves. Reeves, jump stop, layup. Good. Nice job by the Bearcats to find the wide open man far down court.
Smart play there by Reeves as well, as she let the defender fly by, and then she had a wide open layup.
Here's Ellie Queen over to Andrea Lindsay. Back to Queen. She can't get the ball. Bad pass by Lindsay. In transition, here's Eulis. Eulis being contended by Layler. Gets the left-hand layup. Nice job by the Bearcats. 4 very quick points off a transition. 40-31 is our score now.
There you go again with the left hand. She was able to go to the other side of the basket, use the rim as some protection. She was able to finish with the left.
For the first time since we started off this half, the lead is now single digits. Justine Ratterman with the ball on the wing. Over to Queen. Back to Ratterman, in for a layup. Got it to go. Nice job by Justine Ratterman and Ellie Queen. Very smart there as 2 experienced players who know where each other are on the court all the time.
And I think that's going to be an important aspect of the game for Ratterman, as she was able to get inside. She has a tremendous height advantage over most of these Bearcat players.
Visionnaire Reeves has the ball. Going to pass it over to Cook. Cook right in front of us, gets a screen. Going to be an illegal screen on 22, I believe. No, I take that back. That is going to be Olivia Applewhite's foul. Her 3rd and the 7th, as Olivia was as if she was a little too aggressive trying to fight through that screen. So we're going to have a one-on-one opportunity here for the Bearcats.
And that's important for Cincinnati here. They have 13 minutes left to go in this ball game, and they need to be aggressive. If they can get to the line and get points while this clock is stopped, they might be able to get back in this ball game. They're only down 11 points.
It's going to be at the line as Shelly Bellman. Bellman's first shot up and good. Finally went down. Took a little bit of time to get there, but looks as if we're going to have a sub after, well, the sub is going to be for the shooter, excuse me. 1 shot remaining here for Bellman. Lead is 10 points, 42-32. 13 minutes and 1 second on the clock. Second one up and good. That sub is going to come in now. It's Chanel Chisholm.
In for Shelly Bellman.
And the Flyers now looking to, we're going to have looks like the Bearcats now are going to go into a zone again. I take that back, it's going to be man. It looks like they showed zone for a second, but just coming in for the Flyers was Samantha McKay, but looks as if there will be a foul called. That foul is going to be on Reeves. Reeves is first, team's 5th.
And I'll tell you what, the Flyers are looking to get the ball inside. Reeves is only 5'6". She's guarding Queen right now, who is 6 feet tall, so they can definitely use the height advantage to score some buckets inside.
Here's McKay driving to her left, at back at the top of the key to Queen. Queen's going to drive to the right, gets a screen from Nance, going to put up a layup, very contested, a lot of bodies going there. Just Justine Ratterman gets hit as she went up for that layup, and that's going to be 2 shots that she almost converted on, even though she was hacked, and you can hear the slap from here.
And after this foul right here, Dayton will be in the bonus the rest of the way as well. So 12 minutes of free throws for both teams. I think getting to the basket is going to be the key to icing this game away for Dayton.
That foul was on Randolph, her first, team 6, as you mentioned. Flyers will be shooting the rest of the way now. It's a lot more physical here in the second half, as the first shot is no good off the hand of Justine Ratterman. Her second opportunity is upcoming. That shot is up and good. 43-33, 10 points, once again the lead. Flyers now can trying to keep it in double digits. The Bearcats now are trying to knock into that. This is Reeves. Reeves now over to, Reeves will get the ball down low. She's going to try to go up a shot. Nice pass, a great find on the other side of the basket there to Randolph, and Randolph gets a very easy layup. And McKay in transition there is going to get a foul called on the Bearcats, as Reeves will get another foul call. That'll be her second, and the team 7, you're going to have Samantha McKay on the line for the 1-on-1, excuse me. Trying to catch the breath here.
And it'll be interesting to see coming off the bench if she's able to step in and knock down these free throws.
First shot up, no good. Rebound goes to Randolph and the Bearcats. Bearcats trying to cut back in the lead. They have it back to single digits. It's 8 now. Cook on the wing in front of us, trying to pass it inside. It does go inside to Randolph. Randolph back to Cook, stolen there by McKay. McKay in transition, trying to find something. She finds Ellie Queen, but Ellie Queen fumbled the ball. There's a three-point shot taken by Justine Rademan, and very un-Justine Rademan-like was an air ball. In transition now, here's Reeves with the layup, and Reeves gets it to go. Now, this is the closest that it's been here in the second half, 43-37. Flyers just barely on top.
And you kind of see Cincinnati taking a page out of Dayton's book as they're getting a few buckets in transition now.
All stolen by Eulis. Very, very poor ball handling there by Andrea Lindsay. Eulis has the ball. Now over to Reeves. Reeves to the top of the key to Chisholm, but knocked away. Nice job by the Flyers. Justine Rademan has the ball back. Now here's Lindsay. Lindsay will bring the ball across the timeline. In the corner for a three-point shot taken by Samantha McKay, and she drains it. 46-37 our score now.
You know, I think that's a big shot for this Dayton team. You saw the lead slipping away a little bit right there. It was at 12, it got knocked down to 6, and a big three-point bucket there to get it back to 9.
9 is your lead now. In front of us, this is Eulis. Eulis drives to the lane, gets a shot up, and a nice shot there by Eulis, and she got it to go. 46-39 as the Flyers almost lost the ball out of bounds there. I don't exactly know how that happened.
I'll tell you what, nothing wrong with the Flyer defense right there. That was just a tremendous shot there.
And that's why she's their senior leader, as Sharice Eulis has been definitely one of the better parts of this. Another steal. Great job of defense there by Janice Randolph as she knocked the pass in to Casey Nance. And I'll tell you right now, Nance is having a hard time getting passes inside.
Well, I think Nance just needs to be stronger inside. Those entry passes are just fine. She just needs to be able to get better position so she's in position to collect a pass.
Eulis once again in front of us, gets a screen off the roll. Now in the corner here to Cook for 3, and Cook buries it. A nice shot there. 4 points the lead now. 46-42, the Bearcats on a real big run, and a very smart timeout taken there by Jim Jaber. As I'll tell you what, the Bearcats were starting to look really good, and that lasted about 3 minutes. They had one heck of a run, and the Flyers had a lot of turnovers.
Quietly, 10 points by Cook. She's been able to step in. She's knocked down a few three-point field goals. She's been able to get inside as we saw her cut to the basket in the first half. She's been a quality contributor for Cincinnati so far, and it'll be interesting to see how the freshman responds here in crunch time. 10 minutes to go. Her team down by 4, and they'll be looking to her to knock down a few more shots if they're going to win this ballgame.
Yeah, Cook just now entered double digits in points. That was that last 3. She now has 10 points. I believe she is only second to Chartrice Eulis in points. Eulis has 12. The Flyers now need to get something going offensively. They kind of went stagnant in the last couple minutes. 10 minutes and 1 second are left. 26 seconds on the shot clock for once we get back in play, and now we are. This is Kristen Daugherty on the right in front of the Flyers bench with a drive, partially blocked down low. She's going to try to go back up. She's surrounded by Bearcats, and after about 2 or 3 different shot attempts, Ellie Queen has the ball, and she had it rejected, but that foul was called on Tiffany Turner. That's Turner's first and the 7th committed by the Bearcats. And we're going to have our under 12 timeout. This is crazy considering how quickly we play without a timeout. 46-42, Bearcats with a nice run the last 4 minutes. We'll be right back here on WUDR and DaytonFlyers.com.
This Friday and Saturday, the Flyers take on
4 points is the Dayton lead here, 46-42 over the Bearcats and Michael Purvis and Mike Patty here. Mike Patty, a tale of two different media timeout breaks. As in that last 6 minutes, the Bearcats really show that they're ready to play, and this game is nowhere near being over.
No, and the Bearcats, they knew they were going to have a dogfight coming in here. They found themselves down by as much as 14, I believe. They've been able to fight back, erase 10 points of that lead. And as I say that, it'll be a 5-point lead now. But
Yes.
they've definitely turned it on in the last 6 minutes, led by Euless, and they've been able to get to the basket and get a few easy looks.
First shot by Queen was up and good, and the second one was also up and good. 48-42, right as we say, 4 points. The lead is now 6. Yeah, it's interesting to see how the Bearcats, like I said, have they were down by as much as 14 points, but have fought back. There's Euless over right in front of the UC bench, trying to call out a few screens. Now she's at the top of the key. She's very close to traveling. Excuse me. Here's a three-point shot taken in the corner, and good by Reeves. Nice shot. 3 points the lead now, the closest it's been in a very long time.
Finding seams in this Dayton defense, they've been able to find openings in the corners, and that's where you've seen the last couple three-pointers hit by the Bearcats.
Ellie Queen into Nance. Nance out to, this is Wilson. Wilson with the three-point shot. And I'll tell you what, we've seen Wilson do a lot of work on the inside, but she shows her outside game with a nice long-range three-point shot.
Great look there by Wilson. Like you said, she's done most of her work inside, but it's good to see her extend the defense there with a made three-pointer.
Reeves passed that ball inside to Bellman. Bellman trying to find something. She finds Turner. Turner's foot was on the line, I thought. No call. Three-point shot taken by Cook, and good. What a nice shot through by Kayla Cook, and the Bearcats answer right back with a three-point shot.
Cook not afraid to let it fly. The freshman has really stepped up now with 13 points and 3 made three-point field goals.
It's starting to turn out to a shootout. Here's Patrice Layler. Layler's going to pull up with a three-point shot. No good. Rebound, Kayla Nance. Knocked around. There's going to be a foul called. 1-and-1 will be going as Kayla Nance will shoot those 1-and-1. And we'll wait to see who that foul calls on. And that foul's on 22, which is Shelly Bellman, her third, team's ninth. I'm sorry, if I could count, that'd be great. And so the Flyers will be shooting 2 the rest after this 1-and-1 attempt here by Casey Nance. I think she'd kill me if I knew I said her name wrong. Nance's first shot is up, no good. Front iron, really short. Ball on the ground. Wilson couldn't gather it. Jump ball. Possession's going to go to the Bearcats. No, possession's going to. I don't think we've had a jump ball since we started. I'm not 100% sure. We're going to go. We'll say the officials are right, I guess. The Bearcats will get the ball. Let's see her checking in for the Flyers. As I lost who it is. Justine Raderman checks in for the Flyers. She subbed there. Casey Nance checked back out after missing that first end of the 1-and-1. Euless to Cook. Cook over to Reeves. Reeves right in front of us, drives to her left, now to Euless again. A lot of ball moving, a lot of things happening around the perimeter. There's going to be a drive, nice hesitation by Euless, can't get it to go. Here's Turner on the board, can't get that one to go. Euless comes up with a rebound and a third chance here for the Bearcats, and the Flyers couldn't come up with a rebound.
Flyers are lucky they didn't get called for a foul inside, but on the other hand, they give up the second chance.
And a nice rejection by Kristen Donnery on Euless, and now it's Patrice Layler. Layler over to Wilson. Wilson with the shot, and she is fouled, as that will be a blocking foul. And Wilson will go to the line for 2.
And you see Bellman. Bellman has her hands in the air, wondering how that foul got called on her. But she was moving. Wilson with the aggressive move to the basket, and she earned herself two free throws.
Key foul. That is the 4th one on Shelly Bellman. And it is going to be the 10th, and we'll see 2 shots when we come back anyway. But we're at the under 8 media timeout. We'll return right after this on DaytonFlyers.com and WDR.
Where I come from isn't all that great. My automobile is a piece of crap. My fashion sense is a little whack, and my friends are just as screwy as me. I didn't go to boarding schools. Preppy girls never looked at me. Why should they? I ain't nobody, got nothing in my pocket. Beverly Hills, that's where I want to be. Living in Beverly Hills,
And we welcome you back here to UD Arena. Michael Purvis and Michael Patty here. 51-48 our score. Flyers on top of the Bearcats. And I'll tell you what, Mike, this is starting to turn out to one heck of a shootout down the stretch. Look to see. I bet you'll see that here in the last 7 minutes.
Yeah, you saw Dayton build that 14-point lead, and you thought they were just going to take this game and run with it and maybe win this game 15, 20 points. But Bearcats have fought back. 3-point lead now, and every possession is going to be critical coming down the stretch.
That is absolutely correct. And now, as you mentioned, every possession is key. This one's going to be another key one as well. As Brittany Wilson will be at the line for 2. So she was fouled on that last layup attempt. We mentioned there are 10 fouls now by the Bearcats, so the Flyers will be shooting 2 the rest of the way. First one up by Wilson, up and good. 52-48 now. Mentioned the foul trouble real quickly. Shelly Bellman, right before we went to break, that she picked up her 4th foul to go along with Kayla Cook's 3 and Chanel Chisholm's 3 as well. That second shot by Wilson up and good. 53-48, 7 minutes and 40 seconds and counting.
Big free throws there by Wilson. You got to connect on those whenever you get the opportunity, especially in double bangers.
Oh, and almost stolen there by Patrice Layler. She got a nice jump on that pass, almost like she knew it was coming. Knocks it out of bounds. 21 seconds will be on the shot clock for the Bearcats once they inbound. As you mentioned, as you talked about the free throws, they do call it the charity stripe for a reason. Here's Eulis. Trying to find something over to Turner on the wing. Turner possibly looking cross court. Said she's going to just dribble it out. Trying to find somebody. Here's Eulis. 5 seconds on the shot clock. She's going to drive, partially deflected, but still good. Nice job there by Eulis, as that one was partially deflected by Ellie Queen, I believe.
Eulis scores points, 13 and 14, bringing her right to her season average.
3 points to the lead once again. There's going to be a blocking foul called on Janice Randolph, and she was about 18 feet away from the basket. Really no reason for that foul. But that'll be her second. And at the line, shooting 2 for the Flyers. Once again, it'll be Brittany Wilson. She converted on her last attempt. For both of them. Or she made both of them, excuse me. We're going to have some subs coming in here in a second. And first shot is up and no good. Score remains the same, as we're going to have Samantha McKay and Carrie Dotter checking for the Flyers.
And normally you want to have Wilson at the line. She comes in averaging, or she's an 85% free throw shooter. So, I mean, if you're going to foul anyone, Dayton would prefer you foul Wilson.
Absolutely. So there's her first, let's hopefully her first and only miss of the night. Here's the second one, up and good. 4 points to lead now, 54-50. Just under 7 minutes left here in the second half. And you mentioned we got ourselves a good one coming down the stretch here. Eulis once again with the ball, driving to her left. They're going to be double teamed out there by Daughtery and Ratterman. She's very close to the half-court line. She got it away. This is going to be Reeves. Reeves with a 3-point shot, no good. Rebound far side goes to Cook, and the Bearcats are going to reset. And I'll tell you right now, Eulis, just when she gets double teamed, it's almost like she doesn't know what she's doing. Inside, excuse me, as I'm talking about that, that pass was inside to Turner, and Turner got it to go, and there is a technical foul called on the bench of the Bearcats, and I'm not exactly sure why. I'm assuming.
And I'm pretty sure Coach Elliott for Cincinnati picked up that technical foul. She's been chirping at the referees all game, very animated. On the other hand, you have Coach Jaber over there, who I don't think has said a word the entire ball game.
Nope.
Very cerebral figure over there on the Dayton bench, but I'm pretty sure it was Elliott who picked up that technical foul, and it looks like we're going to have Kristen Doherty step to the line for Dayton.
Now, I have seen a couple times on the last couple possessions that Jamel Elliott has been, the coach for the Bearcats, has been quite animated, as you said, with possible foul calls, as the first shot is up and no good by Kristen Daughtery. So I think that right there was probably just another instance of that, where she was trying to lobby for a foul and just lobbied way too much.
We should mention about Coach Elliott. This is her second year at the helm for the Bearcats as coach. She came over from a little program called the University of Connecticut.
You may have heard of them in women's basketball.
She's used to winning, and she knows what it takes to win, but obviously a good coach. She just lost her cool right there as the referees decided to tee her up.
Like you said, no matter, we mentioned earlier, this team has predicted to finish 15 out of 16. And tell you what, no matter what, the coach, everybody still has a lot of fire left. This is Justine Ratterman as the Flyers will get the ball following the technical. This is McKay over to Daughtery in the corner. Daughtery going to drive, passes inside to Wilson, but she got it knocked away and stolen by the Bearcats.
Opportunity here for Cincinnati if they can connect on a 3 to tie this ball game. And if you would have told me that at the 15-minute mark, I would have never believed you, Mike.
I wouldn't have believed you either, definitely. Reeves over to Turner. Turner right in front of us. Almost dragged her pivot foot, just about, kept it planted. Eulis with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Shot goes up, no good. Rebound goes to Wilson. And now in transition is going to be McKay. McKay down low to Ratterman. Ratterman wide open, gets a layup. Nice job, 57-52.
Great job of running the floor right there, and a great look up the court by McKay. Obviously, if you get it to Ratterman anywhere near the basket, she is definitely going to finish.
If you are the Bearcats, that is the one person who you do not want to leave wide open. Right in front of us to Reeves. Reeves being guarded by Kristen Daughtery. With the shoot, nope, but there's going to be a foul. She tries to pass it down low, but a foul will be called. That will be on Brittany Wilson, her third, and that's going to be the 8th on the Flyers.
5-point lead as we near the 5-minute mark of this game, and that's what you don't want to do is send them to the free throw line.
That is correct. So we are at 57-52 will be our score right now. We're going to have a 1-and-1 opportunity as Janice Randolph will be standing in for that 1-and-1. Subbing for the Flyers was Casey Nance. And waiting to come in will be Shelly Bellman. She's going to be coming in for the shooter. The first shot is up and no good. Rebound goes to Ratterman, but she almost lost it out of bounds, but able to save it and get off to McKay.
Good hustle there by Ratterman saving the ball, and that's, I mean, coming into a game coming down the stretch like this, 5 minutes, those are the plays that have to be made.
McKay to Daughtery. Daughtery going to pull it back a little bit. Trying to find something. She almost lost the ball. I don't know what exactly she was looking there. This is going to be Carrie. Carrie Daughtery with a drive. Now she's going to pull up for 3. Oh, just hit the back iron. No good. 50. They're in transition now. Just inside 5 minutes. Far side wing to Cook. Cook's going to think about taking a 3. Nope, she's going to choose the drive. But a foul is going to be called, and that foul is going to be on McKay. McKay's second, team's 9th. 1-and-1 for Kayla Cook.
Something I've noticed about Carrie Daugherty, obviously a great shooter, but when she does shoot the ball, she doesn't follow her shot. She stands in the same position and even retreats toward the other end. That rebound went off the back iron right back to her. If she would have crashed the boards after shooting, she probably would have had the ball in her hands and probably been at the free throw line right now.
Talk a little bit about she is a sophomore. She does get a lot of playing time. Right there kind of showed a little bit of her age and maturity right there. Something that she did right, but it's been most of the whole game. First one by Cook was up and good. Second one is also up and good. 3 points is now the lead for the Flyers again, 57-54. Layler brings the ball across the court. Pulls it back a little bit. Now over to Carey. Carey at the top of the key, back to Layler in front of the Flyer bench. He's going to drive to her left, go into the lane, gets a nice running shot, and she gets it to go. Nice job by Patrice Layler. She gets that running shot consistently.
She showed great balance right there, hanging in the air and still being able to connect on that short jumper.
Over there to, this is going to be right in front of us to Reeves. Reeves now to Eulis. Eulis in the corner to Bellman. Bellman going to drive, picks up her dribble, back to Eulis. 10 seconds now on the shot clock again. Eulis for 3, no good. Rebound, Casey Nance, and it looks like it could have been a foul called, but we're going to go anyway. Now here's going to be Carrie Daughtery. Carrie Daughtery thinking about shooting. She's going to drive. There's going to be a block, I believe. And yes, looks there was no hint at an offensive foul, so looks like that foul is going to be on Eulis. She misses that shot. First, second. So we are going to be once again in double bonus shooting here as Carrie Daughtery will get 2 shots.
And talking about Eulis, I know the shot clock was winding down there on their possession, but it's more of her game to go towards the basket / towards the hoop. You don't usually see her with too many 3-point attempts.
She misses that shot, and she also hesitated. She couldn't decide if she should take a dribble back and pull up a 3, or she should drive, or just shoot from there. She couldn't decide what she wanted to do. In the end, it's going to cost the Flyers points as it costs them 2 baskets. She missed both ends of that the double bonus. 59-54, still our score just inside 4 minutes. Reeves brings the ball across the timeline. Now right in front of us to Cook. Cook going to drive to her right, pulls it back, going to go to her left towards the center of the court. Now in the corner to Taylor. She's going to drive. She can't find anything. Now to Bellman. Bellman's going to drive, looks for a shot, can't find anything. Knocked away by Carrie Daughtery on that pass. She's going to drive down, trying to get a layup, and she got it. Nice job by Carrie Daughtery, taking it coast to coast off the steal. 61-54, your lead for the Flyers.
Defense turning into offense right there as she did all the work by herself. She read the eyes of the passer, and she was able to tip it in front of her, and that led her out to an easy transition.
1
bucket.
on 3, and Daugherty was able to get that layup. A very nice, aggressive attack of that basket. This is Reeves once again on the wing. Reeves is going to pull up a long three-point shot, and she's got it. I think she was looking to pass the whole way and decided to shoot. She had enough room, and she got it to go.
Big shot there. Cuts the Dayton lead to just 4 as we go under 3 minutes right here.
Layler lost the ball, but gathered up by Kristen Dotter. Here's Justine Radiman with a nice pump fake shot. No good, almost in. Nance with a rebound. No good as well. Rebound goes to the Bearcats as Bellman gets another rebound. Bellman has quite a few rebounds tonight. I don't know how many she has for sure, but we'll definitely check that. But she's been getting quite a few down low.
And it seems like when Nance gets those rebounds, she almost rushes her shot too much.
Yes.
She should take her time and reset.
Eulis fadeaway shot, but it's going to be an offensive foul called on Eulis as she pushed off to try to gain a little bit of room. And I'll tell you right now, DeBelle Elliott needs to be very careful. She's talking a lot. But anyways, we are going to take a immediate timeout. 2 minutes, 26 seconds left. 61-57 Flyers over the Bearcats. Right back here on DaytonFlyers.com and WUDR.
Yo, VIP. Let's kick it. Ice, ice, baby. Ice, ice, baby. All right, stop. Collaborate and listen. Ice is back with my brand new invention. Something grabs a hold of me tightly. Flow like a harpoon daily and nightly. Will it ever stop? Yo, I don't know. Turn off the lights and I'll glow. To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance, caress a speaker that booms. I'm killing your brain like a poisonous mushroom. Deadly, when I play a dope melody. Anything less than the best is a felony. Love it or leave it, you better gain weight. You better hit bullseye, the kid don't play. If there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook while my DJ revolves it. Ice, ice, baby. Ice, ice, baby.
We got ourselves an interesting finish here. 61-57. The Flyers are up. As we look here, we'll recap another game here in the Atlantic 10 as the USC Trojans are taking on the Xavier Musketeers. They are up 53-51 over the 4th-ranked team in the nation, and the team predicted to win this Atlantic 10 conference. The Flyers, of course, obviously looking to change that. They were predicted to finish second. Right now, the Musketeers trail at home to the Trojans. Back here at UD Arena, 2 minutes and 25 seconds. The ball just inbounded. UC coming out a little bit of a full court press now. It's just a man press. Layler brings the ball across the timeline. Layler going to drive to her left. Probably try to take some time off the clock. There's going to be a blocking foul. This one again on Kayla Cook. Her 4th, and looking at some of the foul troubles. That is the second Bearcat in foul trouble. Cook has 4. Bellman has 4, as well as the people who have 3 are going to be Chisholm has 3, and Eulis also has 3. Now, of course, with 2 minutes and 14 seconds, doesn't really matter too much. But when you talk about the depth of the UC bench, it's not very big. Here is the first shot up for Patrice Layler, up and true. 62-57, 2 minutes 14 seconds left on the clock here at Blackburn Court. Second shot up and good. 63-57. As the lead is now extended to 6. Eulis across the timeline. Gonna drive to her left. Nice job of defense there by Carrie Daugherty. Over to Reeves in front of us. Reeves gonna drive into the lane this time as well. Kicks it out to Eulis. Eulis thinks about shooting, but she's gonna drive instead. Puts up a shot. No good. Rebound goes to Wilson, and Wilson dribbles out a little bit and able to get it off to a guard.
Strong rebound there by Wilson, and a big rebound because the lead, like you said, is only 6 points right now with 1:45 left to go in the ballgame.
Layler as it gets a nice screen inside, but tried to look for Wilson there, but it was knocked away by Eulis. Eulis trying to say it was knocked out by a Flyer, but I'm pretty sure she got her arm on that. I'm pretty confident in that. Minute 39 left. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Inbound pass goes in the Ratterman. Ratterman up and good. Nice find there off the inbound pass from Carrie Daugherty.
That looked like a nicely designed set play right there. She faked like she was going to go in the backcourt and get it. The next thing you know, she's getting the screen, and she has a wide open layup.
Lead now is up to 8 points. Eulis trying to find something. Gets a screen from screen. Gets a shot. No good. Should have followed her shot. Probably would have got a rebound. Ratterman with the board instead. Layler across the timeline. He's going to drive right up the middle, wide open layup. Nice job by Patrice Layler. The lead is 10 points. We're 7 seconds away from 1 minute left. What a nice job by Patrice Layler to completely break the UC defense and get that easy layup, and that's why she is such a good guard for this team.
And her speed was on display right there as she was able to knife through that defense, and she faked out a couple Bearcats right there on their way to the hoop, and she found herself all alone at the rim, and she was able to finish nicely with the left hand.
Right, the lead is now up to 10 points, 1 minute and 7. You would think that the Bearcats will get the ball after this timeout, but you would venture to think that as soon as UD touches the ball, UC is going to have to start fouling to start stopping that clock. Looking at the timeouts, I believe UC should have 3 left. The Flyers should have 4. If I'm not crazy, we'll get that double checked. I think we're right, but whatever. We'll go with it. So inbounding for the Bearcats is going to be Shelly Bellman. Bellman is going to pass it into Eulis. Eulis let the ball bounce a few times before she gets it, since she's not being pressured. Now she picks it up, takes it across the timeline. When I drive to her left, we have now hit the 1 minute mark. Over to Bellman. Bellman going to drive to her left. Only gets 1 dribble. Now to Reeves. Reeves with a long 3-point shot. No good. Rebound goes to the Flyers. Here's Patrice Layler. Layler with the fancy behind the back pass behind the back dribble to avoid the foul. Now we're at 45 seconds. It looks as if once again the Bearcats are not going to foul. I'm not quite sure why they're not. They need to do something. They're just letting the Flyers go. I hear the sideline just yelling foul, and finally there's a foul. Bellman will get that foul, and she's done. That's her 5th. And now you start to see why, as Bellman did not want to pick up her 5th, but she does anyway, and the Flyers are going to be at the line for 2 with a chance to put the final nail in the coffin.
At this point in the ball game, there's no excuse not to foul right there. You're down 10 points with 50 seconds left, and you allow the clock to tick for 15 of those 50. With 35 seconds now, you're still down 10. I mean, you gotta want to extend the game as much as possible.
That's correct. And at the line for 2 is going to be Kristen Daugherty, the leading scorer for the Flyers. First one up and good. That's her 16th point of the night. Daugherty, the senior, ready for her 2nd attempt. It is up and short. No good. Rebound goes to the Bearcats. 32 seconds and counting on the clock. This is Reeves at the top of the key. The Bearcats got to do something quick if they want to try to get something going. Here, drive to the lane, can't get a shot. Pass it over to Chisholm, and she gets fouled, but it looks as if this foul is going to be after the shot.
Bit of a late call right there, and a silly foul there by Rotterman. You got to just let that one go. 23 seconds left. Just concede the 2 points and get the ball back.
I stand corrected. That was actually a delayed call, as it was called on the shot. Regardless, she's getting 2 shots. Chisholm's first one up and good. 10 points still is now the lead again. 68-58, 23 seconds left here at Blackburn Court. Flyers on their way to their 5th win of the season, if I'm not crazy. Second shot is up and good. I'm sorry, that actually is going to be their 4th win of the season if they can hold on. Patrice Layler dribbling, a lot of dribbling around. Nice over to Kristen Daugherty. Daugherty up the court to Lindsay. Lindsay's going to get the layup, and that will be the final nail in the coffin. 70-59 is the score. 7 seconds and counting. This is going to be over to Cook. Right now is Eulis with a 3-point shot attempt. No good. Rebound goes to Kristen Daugherty, and that will be the end of the game. Flyers have a final score of 70-59. Their record improves to 5-3. Bearcats get their first loss of the year, and they fall to 5-1. We'll now turn up there and look at the camera now, and you can see our faces here. And Mike, fantastic effort by the Flyers here. The Bearcats made it interesting towards the end of the game, but towards the end, the Flyers really showed their experience and were able to pull out a victory at the end.
And I think depth was a major part of this ball game. They were able to find scoring from a number of different places, not only Justine Rotterman. Rotterman finished the game with only 9 points, far under her season average of 19. And I think you have to look to Kristen Daugherty and Brittany Wilson as the players of the game for the Flyers this evening. Both finished with 15 and 14 points respectively, both notching assists, blocks, and rebounds respectively. So great performance tonight by these players other than Rotterman for the Flyers.
Justine Rotterman was not able to follow up on her big night but the Flyers were still able to find offense, as you mentioned. A lot of it on the hands of Chris and Dodders. We'll be back here on Sunday for another game here. You'll catch it right here on DaytonFlyers.com as well as WUDR. So for Michael Patty, our engineer Bobby Trick, and everybody behind the cameras, we appreciate you watching tonight. Signing off, I am Michael Purvis. Have a great night and go Flyers.